Good morning. I'm Hassan Giordano, and this is your DMV Daily Dose for Friday, January the 3rd, 2020.
It's currently raining and 46 degrees in Baltimore. Expect cloudy skies starting in the morning, then rain in the afternoon. Today's high will be 53 degrees, and the low will be 46.
Outside of City Hall, people told their stories of being victimized by police, of loved ones shot or beaten, of the bad bargain whereby they received a monetary settlement that came with a legal promise that they shall never speak about what had happened. Quote, "We received blood money, which was equivalent to hush money," said Ceasefire Baltimore lead organizer Erica Bridgeford, reading a statement on behalf of someone whose family member was fatally shot by police during a mental health crisis, the Baltimore Brew is reporting. Bridgeford was a participant in a speak out yesterday organized by activists calling on the city to enforce a new law ending its use of these non-disparagement agreements, often called gag orders. During remarks at the event, Deputy City Solicitor Dana Moore said, yes, that the city will enforce the new law, that it already is following the law. But would the law department put that policy change in writing? ACLU of Maryland Communications Director Meredith Curtis Good asked Moore. Quote, "No, I don't think we're going to be able to put it in writing, but we have the legislation," Moore said. But activists such as Tawanda Jones, who organized the event as a part of her long-standing West Wednesday protest that she's held each and every Wednesday for years following the death of her brother, Tyrone West, at the hands of over a dozen law enforcement officers, said that if the new policy isn't in black and white, it doesn't truly exist, following an old adage that if it isn't written, it isn't so. The speak out was based on the recently passed law resulting from a bill approved unanimously by the Baltimore City Council, which now goes into effect amid what critics say is a cloud of confusion. Andre Davis, the retiring city solicitor, has said that the cities long ago stopped including non-disparagement agreements as a part of the settlements with people suing the city. And Mayor Bernard Jack Young said in September, announcing the executive order, that the city would stop using those gag orders. But according to ACLU attorneys, despite these declarations, the city continued to use the restrictive language to limit what claimants can say. Now, they noted that Mayor Young's September action was not definitive, only stating that the city may not put unreasonable constraints on free speech rights. Also causing concern is the fact that Mayor Young's administration stated refusal to enforce the new law, which the mayor had allowed to become law without his signature. "We are pushing for something in writing making clear the law office's full compliance with the law in light of the mayor's office advised him he couldn't comply and that the executive order not fully addressing the issue, including making past NDAs null and void," said ACLU's Meredith Good. Now, the Baltimore Sun is reporting on Governor Larry Hogan announcing Thursday that he's reached an agreement with the state's largest employee union that will give workers a 2% cost of living increase with a possibility of a $500 bonus next year. The agreement with the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, otherwise known as AFSCME, comes after both sides were locked into a disagreement over negotiations for more than a year. Now, under agreements announced Thursday, about 26,000 workers who are members of AFSCME, the Maryland Professional Employees Council, the American Federation of Teachers, and the BWI Professional Firefighters Local 1742 will receive a 2% cost of living increase on January 1, 2021. They will also get a $500 bonus next January 1st if the state's revenue comes in at least $75 million above projections. Now, additionally, about 2,700 employees in hard-to-fill positions, such as social workers, direct care workers, nurses, teachers, pretrial release investigators, lab scientists, and benefits specialists, will get a 6% salary increase. Correctional officers who reach retirement eligibility will also be afforded retention incentives of up to $37,500 if they agree to work for 4 more years. About 6,500 employees will be eligible for student loan repayment assistance. The Sun is also reporting on the wages that is made by thousands of prisoners in Maryland who work inside their institutions, washing clothes, cutting hair, and preparing meals. Others make products used on the outside from license plates and state letterhead to furniture and flags. Now, some Maryland lawmakers say that they want to shine more light on prison labor. The pay scales affecting thousands of state inmates were recently published in an annual state report, the result of a new law that required the wages to be disclosed yearly. The law required inmate wage information to be published for both the State Division of Corrections, which runs 17 prisons and pre-release centers, as well as the Maryland Correctional Enterprises, a program of the prison system that makes products for state agencies. The data shows pay for jobs within the Correction Division last year ranged from 90 cents a day to $2.75 a day, depending on the skill level. Participants in MCE, meanwhile, made between 17 cents an hour for an unskilled worker to about $1.16 an hour for a warehouse team leader. About 11,700 inmates were assigned to work positions within the DOC, Department of Corrections, while another roughly 1,500 work for MCE, which of course is the Maryland Correctional Enterprises that the data shows. Division of Correction inmate wages will increase 20% this month, said Assistant Secretary Carolyn Scruggs of the state's Department of Public Safety and Correctional Services. The MCE wages remain the same, but reflect a 5% raise that went into effect in 2018. The state currently spends more than $5 million annually on DOC inmate wages and $2.68 million for the MCE inmate payroll, officials said. Lawmakers said that they sought the data not only just to reveal the wages, but also because they want to understand what job skills people are learning in prison that could help them when they get out. And I'm your man, Mr. Politics, and this has been your DMV Daily Dose for Friday, January 3rd, 2020. For more information on the articles that I've mentioned, just go on over to our website at www.dmvdaily.news.